Hello there everybody, it is me XFreezerBunny and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're building this pop-up flower shop to showcase the new Blooming Rooms kit for The Sims 4, or as I'd like to call it, the long-awaited plant redemption kit, because as you all know, The Sims 4 has kind of been a bit lacking when it comes to indoor plants, and oh boy, this pack definitely makes up for it. This is quite possibly my favorite kit ever, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys about it. But first, I want to talk to you guys about the giveaway. So I am going to be giving away one copy of Blooming Rooms to somebody in the comments. So as per usual, I will choose a random comment, so just go ahead and make sure to leave a comment with your Instagram or Twitter username. And also make sure that your DMs are open, because that's how I'm going to contact you once I've chosen the winner. I'm planning to choose the winner around the time I post my next videos, so that should be about a week, 2 weeks from now. So please keep an eye out for it, and just please don't forget to check your DMs. All of the instructions for the giveaway will be in the pinned comment of this video, so please go ahead and read that. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask it in the comments. So yeah, I'm so excited for this build, you guys. I did draw on some personal real-life experience for this build because almost exactly a year ago, I entered a design competition for a kind of like pop-up store, and I didn't win, which is kind of sad, but I did learn a lot from it, and like I said, I gained a lot of experience, and the project that I worked on kind of inspired this build. So this is a pop-up store. I am always really intrigued with designs for pop-up stores, specifically because the store itself is kind of like the advertisement, which is a very interesting concept, right? Because pop-up stores are meant to be eye-catching. They're meant to, catch people's attention and catch people's imagination and promote the brand of whatever it is they're selling through visuals. And I wanted this to be sophisticated and modern and very like aesthetic, and I'm really happy with the end result. I did have to recycle the same technique I did with my last build, which is basically using these concrete blocks. I'm not sure if they're concrete actually, but yeah, these are these square blocks from Get Famous, and I'm using them to basically shape this building, and I'm so happy with the end result. It's supposed to be like a streamlined shape. As you can see, I'm using the tool mod a little bit more here compared to last time because I wanted it to be more precise with the shape itself. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with how it all turned out, as per usual, because if I wasn't, you wouldn't see the video. But yeah, there's a lot to catch up on. We have a lot of ground to cover for this video. I want to start off by talking about the recently announced kit. So literally just as I was about to record this, EA posted about the new modern menswear kit, which is coming out soon, I think. Haven't actually seen it yet, haven't read about it yet. I just saw the promotional images that are being shared around on social media, and I am so excited. I love this new take on menswear. I feel like kits are doing a really good job of compensating for a lot of the lacking features that are supposed to be in The Sims 4. I think they did a really good job at really showing more diversity with the different kits, and also some of the more underappreciated items like plants, which is what this kit specifically is made for, I'm assuming. But as we all know, menswear is always quite lacking in The Sims in general as well. This was a thing even way back during the Sims 3 days. Yeah, it's definitely very limited when it comes to male fashions. So seeing this new kit makes me so excited, and I'm so intrigued to see their new take on modern menswear. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for that. But yeah, as you can see, we are changing the color scheme of this build from white to black because I feel like the black just looks a lot more sophisticated. And also I changed the exterior wallpaper from kind of like a wooden one that was originally supposed to be a spa day wallpaper, but I changed it into this shipping container wallpaper from Eco Lifestyle. So yeah, in the interior I went for more of like a modern eco and kind of streamlined vibe, I guess. Continuing with the curves that we've established on the outside, I made this really awesome counter checkout area, if I do say so myself. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I really enjoyed this counter area. I feel like it's definitely a nice focal point for the interior. I could definitely see this in real life, maybe in Europe or like in North America, where pop-up stores like these are quite popular, I think. Maybe in like Japan or South Korea as well, because there's also this like technological aspect as well, which I feel like you can kind of see a little bit of in this build. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy. This is a functional retail store. For those of you who don't know, retail gameplay came with Get to Work, and honestly, I think Get to Work is such an underrated expansion pack. You know, the first pack for every Sims game is always heavily criticized, and I feel like, you know, a lot of people don't really give Get to Work a chance because of some of the negative things that they've seen online, but genuinely, it's one of my favorite packs, you know? I love the open-ended gameplay that you get with the retail aspect, and in my opinion, the retail aspect that came with The Sims 2 Open for Business is the best retail gameplay in the Sims franchise ever, but the retail gameplay that came with Get to Work is a really good second place in my opinion. I just feel like the gameplay in Open for Business was a little bit more fun. I guess it's because Open for Business kind of had more of like a crafting element to it as well, whereas in The Sims 4 we have more of a management type gameplay, which I actually don't mind. I really love these kinds of gameplay in The Sims 4, which is also why I love the Dine Out gameplay and also the vet clinic gameplay as well, because I really love the open-ended gameplay basically. And yeah, I saw this little technique over here of using these sculptural pieces from Get Together in combination with these wall shelves to make these display shelves. And yeah, I did playtest this build after I built it, and it is fully functional, which is really awesome. I always do playtest my builds, but I can't really promise to playtest every single aspect of it. But for this build, because it was very specific to gameplay, I made sure to, you know, at least make sure that it was, you know, functional pretty much, and it is. And I think it works maybe too well, because when I moved my sim in here, basically when I had my sim take over here, they made like 3,000 simoleons on the first day. So yeah, you're gonna be able to make a lot of money if you buy this store. I'm not sure if you guys would want to get rich that quickly in game, because my preferred gameplay is just really Sims on hard mode, because I like starting with literally nothing, and it gets boring for me the richer my sim gets. I don't know why, that's how I feel, but yeah, it's weird because I don't think I've ever really done that much Generations gameplay in The Sims 4. I feel like Generations gameplay isn't really The Sims 4's strong points. I did a lot of Generations gameplay in The Sims 3, but that's because of the, you know, open world and story progression, which is not in The Sims 4. Really sad, but gameplay like these where you have specific goals like, active careers or like running a business or running like a vet clinic is probably one of my favorite aspects of gameplay in The Sims 4. And farming, of course, because I just love farming in general. So yeah, the interior is basically pretty minimalist as well. I wanted it to be all about the plants, and I am so excited for you guys to see how I basically filled up this interior with the plants, because there's so many plants. And if you can see, I love those little plants that snap on the shelves, because I feel like that's like such a struggle as a builder. We have like maybe 1 or 2 plants that snap on like the small shelves. So the fact that this pack came with so many plants that snap on the shelves just makes me so happy. And if you size them up, they don't actually look weird. Like your textures stay pretty good. Really happy with how well thought out this pack is. I feel like a lot of the items are quite versatile, and I'm so excited to use them in my other builds. Anyway, so yeah, I'm using these like wooden, I don't know what these are actually. These are like wooden crates, I guess. Those aren't crates, right? But yeah, these are like wooden crate things from Eco Lifestyle actually. You can find them in Debug, and I've seen them quite a bit in some pop-up stores. So yeah, one thing I have seen is that most pop-up stores that I've looked at are like fashion stores, not necessarily like, plants. And I think realistically this plant store would probably be really expensive in real life. Like a couple of days ago I tweeted, would anyone be interested in overpriced plants, is the motto of the store, because the store is way too cool for being a plant store. Or maybe that's just me. I definitely haven't seen a store like this in my country, but if you're like from a developed country, you've probably seen something like this. Let me know. I could also see this as like a really cool kind of like coffee shop, or like even a fashion store. I thought about putting in a couple of mannequins in here and just making this more like a concept store, because I haven't actually had that much experience with concept stores, but based on what I know, concept stores are kind of like a holistic type of store that sells like every single type of item you would need for like a specific theme. That's how I understand it. Maybe there's a better way of explaining it, by the way, but yeah, I was so close to making this into a concept store, but I was like, you know what, let's just focus on the plant aspect for now and maybe do another concept store eventually. I could definitely see this as a coffee shop as well, but maybe that's just me because I just love coffee. I have weird taste in coffee because I do prefer iced coffee in the morning. I feel like some coffee hipsters are already snarking at me for just saying that, but keep in mind, I do live in a tropical country, so having iced coffee in the morning is something that I definitely look forward to. And yeah, talking about that just makes me crave coffee even more, but I limit myself to just 1 cup of coffee a day. I've heard people drink like multiple cups, which is unfathomable for me. I know people who like drink maybe 4 cups of coffee a day. I'm like, what the heck? How does your throat cope? This is probably just me, but my throat just gets really dry when I drink coffee, and this is why my voice sounds really raspy in my videos. It's because I just love drinking iced coffee, milk tea as well. Don't get me started on the whole milk tea debate again. I'm gonna go ahead and segue myself out of this by talking about the plants that we're putting here right now. And I'm really happy with how all of the plants look. I mean, we are pretty limited to the types of plants that we have in game. Of course, they can give us like 50 different new plants, but despite that, I feel like the displays look pretty unique. We have enough swatches for the plants. Oh, let me just take a second to appreciate the swatches. Wow, I love the swatches, by the way. Each one just makes the plant look unique. That even in the shelves, you can see, even if I use like the same plants for the shelves, they just look so different, you know, with the different swatches. And you know, I tried to do different sizes of plants as well, because realistically, you know, you couldn't really get the same size of plant, you know. It's really fun. I love the different swatches. I think they really nailed this pack. I don't know what else I can say. If you don't have it yet, I would honestly highly recommend it, because all of these items are gonna be so useful to any builder. So yeah, highly recommend it. I am also a plant dad as well. I bought my first plant last year in November, so yeah, it's been like a good year since I've had my plant. I mean, I'm not really that dedicated to raising plants, to be quite honest. I just got one impulsively and I'm surprised it's still alive now. But yeah, it's a heartleaf philodendron if any of you are curious. So I'm gonna just say, I'm not an expert, you know, I'm not a plant expert, but from what I've read, it's kind of like an easy plant to take care of. It literally cares for itself. I only just really have to water it like maybe once or twice a week. But yeah, it's growing so fast. Like literally it's like probably maybe 4 or 5 times as long as when I first got it, 'cause I literally got it as like a tiny plant and I don't know what to do with it. It's too long. Can I cut it? If anyone knows, can I like cut the like extra like vines or like branches? I do not know. Honestly, I could easily just Google this, but I'd rather hear it from you guys, because you know, I think I just trust people more than I do random things that I read on the internet. Yeah, I'm so jaded at this point, but yeah, I think at this point we are actually done with furnishing the interior. I didn't show me furnishing the toilet area, and also there's a little kind of like storage area out back as well. Didn't show that, it was kind of boring. I'd rather show you guys this part, which is me basically adding more interesting stuff to the exterior, because I wasn't quite happy with the exterior as I left it when I started furnishing. So I was like, you know what, let's play around a little bit and see what we come up with. And I feel like this is more interesting to look at, because like I said, it has to be somewhat eye-catching. You know, I definitely wanted this to be kind of like a, you know, a modern streamlined structure that could easily fit in, you know, like a really big international event like the Olympics, or maybe like the current 2021 Expo, which is taking place in Dubai. And I'm really surprised that this is the first time I'm talking about this, but can we take a second to talk about the Dubai Expo and how literally no one's talking about it? Like, why? I've been following this event since I was in college, so that was like a good maybe 5 years now, and I'm really surprised that I haven't seen that much people talk about it, because it's like one of the biggest events, right? They had like the opening ceremony and it got like 1 million views when I watched it. There's probably more now, but yeah, you know, if the pandemic wasn't going on, I probably would have gone to Dubai and saw the expo myself. But yeah, if anyone's following that event, let me know. I want to know it's not just me who is interested in this kind of stuff. But yeah, the outside, there is a lot of open space. I will put some outdoor dining at some points, but I'm also putting like some outdoor displays here as well. I'd like to think that those bags on the left are kind of like fertilizer or like, I don't know, plant seeds. Like I said, I'm not really a big, you know, I'm not really knowledgeable when it comes to raising plants IRL, but I tried. You know, if any of you are more knowledgeable than me, please let me know if I missed something. But I'm really happy with how it all came together. And the best part is that it's fully functional. So you can own this lot in-game and you can run it as your own retail store. But having said that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video right here. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. You all have an awesome day. Enjoy the rest of the video and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.